Here we go. Okay, we're recording now.
Okay.
Y'all hold on. Okay, I have to hold the mic for this, so y'all are gonna have to be patient, especially people who are listening on the audio formats. Oh yeah, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so hi guys, welcome back to Fuck Me with David Rivas, with me, David Rivas, and my special guest.
It's his mom.
Yeah, it's my mom.
April.
It's my mom. Yeah. This is the woman that's responsible for all of this mess.
Sorry.
So, y'all blame her for
Sorry,
literally
world.
any of this. Well, hi, Mom.
Hi.
Y'all are going to have to excuse us. This microphone quality might not be the best. Same with the internet connection. It says it's still going, so hopefully it's good. We're in a Ramada right now. We're in Iowa. Don't ask. I didn't ask to go to Middle America, but this bitch brought me here. I'm just along for the ride and the free booze. Okay. Hi, Mom.
Hi.
All right. So, your name, Mom. Got it. How old are you, Mom?
Yes. What?
I know how old you are. I'm asking. You're 23. Yeah. Oh, look, there's rocks.
Hi.
Yeah,
I'm 23.
Yeah. Yeah, lovely 23. A very.
You don't ask a lady how old she is.
Yeah, that's why I asked you.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Such a dick.
Yeah, I know. So to me, your pronouns are just mom. Yeah.
Yeah.
She, her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Boss bitch, boss lady.
Yeah. Queen bitch of the universe.
Queen bitch of the universe.
All of that is me.
Oh, Adam says he loves you.
Oh, I love you, Adam.
Thanks, Adam. Love you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Where did you grow up, Mom?
What did you say? That I grew up in the deepest, darkest pits of hell?
Yeah, I mean, to me, that's where you're from. But
in other words, El Paso.
El Paso?
Texas, yeah.
That's where you spent most of your, childhood and everything, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I know this. This is my mother, I know this. This is for y'all people. I feel like people are going to be like, why don't you know anything about your mom? No, I know about my mom.
To put perspective, right, on how I learned stuff, I guess.
But, so you went to El Paso, or you
Mm-hmm.
grew up in El Paso. I just got to say for y'all, too, this is the first time I've seen my mom since I almost died. What was that, 3 years ago?
3 years ago, yeah.
So you're seeing the reunion. It's a couple days late, but basically right now.
Yeah.
Word. Okay, so you grew up in El Paso.
Yes. Texas.
Awesome. Great. That hellhole. The depths of hell.
Yeah.
So, Mom, today our topic is sex ed, sexual education. Not the show with Gillian Anderson. Is that her name? From
I don't know.
X-Files?
Yeah.
Yeah, Gillian Anderson.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she's the mom on that show.
Scully.
Yeah, Scully. It's not the show with Scully. We're going to talk about sex ed, or the lack thereof. Because I also grew up partially in Texas. So, we're going to talk about that. Okay. Do you remember when was your first, encounter with sex ed? I know for me, in 5th grade, they were like, all right, girls, you're going in that room, boys, sit here.
And then they made you take home a paper that said, okay, do you give permission to your kid to hear all this stuff? So, it was 5th grade.
5th grade?
So, elementary school.
Did you have to, when I did it, did you have to sign a paper? I don't
Mm-hmm.
remember. Really?
Yeah, I had to sign a paper.
Is that a Texas thing? Or?
It might be.
I don't know.
Yeah, because
I know Texas is funky with it.
They can't just, start talking to you about, body parts and prophylactics and all of that.
My high school teachers did. I don't know. They should have just...
I don't know. Back in the day, they did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was 5th grade. Do you remember
Yes.
what they talked about?
I remember that they showed fallopian tubes, the vagina, and that you were going to have your period sometime soon. So that was kind of scary because we were like, what are menstrual cycle, not period. So that was terrifying. It's like, what? Are we dying? What's happening?
Well,
and there were no boys. So you're like, oh, okay, it's just us girls who are fucked.
You just corrected yourself. Is it not apropos to say period?
Well, they would try to use the words.
The scientific, menstrual cycle.
Yeah. So they tried to make it like a health class, but we're 5th graders.
Yeah.
So we were just scared because we were segregated from, the boys. So it was kind of scary. But we all asked the boys, what did they talk about? They were showing us ding dong.
Not ding dong.
That's what the boys were saying. And it's like, what?
Oh my god.
I love ding dong. Like the hostess.
See, like mother, like son. That's all I gotta say. The apple does not fall far from the tree.
No, it doesn't.
So they showed you the diagram and everything. Was it just like all vaginal discussion, or were they talking about like, they didn't talk about breasts at all? Like, I mean, it's sex ed and your hormones start, everything starts growing.
Yep.
Was it just periods, basically?
The only thing that stood out in my brain were, because they mentioned the fallopian tubes were like arms. That's why it freaked me out. Yeah, they were like arms, and then this is where the eggs come out of, and I just remember focusing on that.
It reminds me of like an elephant, like, because it's got the trunk, the nose, and the ears.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be swinging this mic around.
No, that's a different way of looking at it. I never thought of it that way. Yeah. I just remember it was the tubes, and they were like arm-looking things. Like somebody's like flexing up on you. Yeah. And that's all I remember. I'm sure they probably showed like the breast because, we were starting to grow. Yeah. Some of us earlier than others, because I didn't until right before I went to junior high.
Yeah, well, I'm still growing, so.
That's when everything started happening.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Damn. Shit. What was I going to ask? Do you feel like when they started talking to you about it, because that was, not to say your age, do you remember what year it was?
That was like, what, 1985?
1985?
Yeah.
So that
it was
truly,
in the 80s.
The height of like the HIV/AIDS epidemic, at the same time, y'all were women, or little girls really, were they very stigmatizing with it? Were they like you're gonna bleed and you're just gonna suffer for the rest of your life? Or were they like, this is what's gonna happen, like get ready?
Yeah, that was how it was posed.
Okay.
Yeah. And then when I got home and asked questions, you didn't ask anybody questions because they were like, no, I don't want to hear.
Well, you also grew up Catholic too. And Maricela don't fuck around. Maricela doesn't talk about that. She'll talk about everything, but not that. And
my mom just said, what? You're going to bleed, okay? That's what's going to happen. It's like, oh, okay.
Get used to it.
I'm going to die, okay. And I just didn't think about it. And then it was crazy because my grandfather died like the year after that. And then a couple months after that, that's when I started menstruating.
Oh my god!
So I was like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, it was just like a whirlwind of a year.
I'm dying, and it was like, no, bitch.
Oh, you're just
screwed for the rest of your life. No, but with our mom, Roxanne, you could probably.
Roxanne's my aunt. That's her sister.
Yeah. You can probably vouch for this, but it was all once you started bleeding, you better not have sex, and you better not get pregnant, and blah blah blah. From that point on, that's all I heard. That was my sex talk.
Well, that leads into this. Texas. I was looking it up earlier because I'm a professional and I do fucking research. Texas has this law where they talk about if you bring up sex ed, it's not a requirement in schools at all. But if you bring it up, you're required to push abstinence. It's like a clause.
Because I had it twice. So I also had it in junior high, which was like the late 80s.
Yeah.
The late 80s, 88, 89, something like that. And it was, you got to get married, you don't want to have children before. And the year after I had that class, we had a girl who was pregnant.
Pregnant?
Yeah.
Ooh. So that would have been your freshman year then,
yeah,
right? Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
they
it
push
was
abstinence as
100%, yeah. Yeah, and that one I do remember. It was the whole thing, and it was both guys and girls, and so we saw a penis. Some of us for the first time, like, oh my god, that's ugly. No. Or the guys were like, oh my god, so hairy. I don't know. So it was weird because we were all together, but we were encouraged to ask questions.
Oh, word.
Not everybody went though, because again, you had to have permission.
Permission.
It was a small class.
Was that so? It was co-ed, but was it like two teachers, like a man and a woman, or was it like all?
No, it was just females. It was the nurse and the health.
That makes sense.
Yeah, the health teacher or health class. Yeah.
And
ours was a woman, so that's why.
I think when I did it, I think it was the nurse, and I think they brought somebody in. I can't remember. I don't know. If you went to 5th grade with me, K. Granger Elementary, Wranglers, round up. Please help me out here, because I think it was just the nurse with us. There was one male teacher there, but I don't think he was in there with us.
No.
I don't know. Did I? Yeah. I don't remember anything else about that. When they were talking about it to you both times, did they bring up, like I mentioned earlier, it was the AIDS epidemic? Were they talking about like STIs and stuff like that?
Yes, that second time.
The second time, for sure.
Yeah.
Like what?
And
what did they say?
It was to protect yourself, but to protect yourself was really not to abstain. Just don't do it. But if you do, there was always that ... If you do, you have.
If you're gonna sin, you might as well.
Right. You need to have a rubber, or they would use the words that we would use, and also tell us what the words were. Prophylactics. That was the only thing I remember. We didn't really discuss anything else, other types of contraception, but it was the big thing of AIDS. You don't want to get AIDS, so you need to have a rubber, a condom. You have to.
Were they only pushing like condoms on you guys, and nothing about like a diaphragm or like an IUD or anything?
No.
I also don't know when those were like.
No, and that was, I think, way later. Roxanne might have heard of that, but IUDs, I didn't hear about them until way later.
And that is it's
something, I don't know.
Urinary device, intrusive urinary device. I don't know. I'm a dumbass man. I don't know.
And I saw, and it was
it's like a T. It's
it was like something like this that was like a T, and I was just like, I had already had kids, so I'm like, well, that didn't work for me anymore. So.
Yeah, well, shit, you could have used it.
No, I always used condoms, so
good.
Yeah.
That's that's not all you need, but like
at
the very minimum, that's
right, because that's what I knew. That's what they talked to us about.
So, I mean, that's wild that they kind of just threw at you. Oh yeah, your body's changing. You're gonna bleed everywhere. Also, AIDS. Like
hello.
That was it. They didn't address anything else, and that tracks. For Texas in the 80s.
That time it was like a big thing. Rock Hudson had come out saying that first of all he was gay, so everybody was like because I have a grandmother who loved old Hollywood, so she loved Rock Hudson and she was devastated.
Which one?
Elsa.
Okay.
Yeah. So she was like, oh my God, he's gay, and it's like, okay, so what? But then he was sick.
Yeah.
Okay, what's he sick with? AIDS.
Pneumonia.
No, they said, I think Elizabeth Taylor came out later saying, oh, it was AIDS, and she was going to do some stuff,
Yeah, because she was the one that really pioneered, well, not the one, but she was a huge ally.
Yes.
Because she would do the benefits like that.
Yeah. She was very vocal because I think she was really good friends with Rock Hudson.
Yeah.
So it was that. So it was like in your face. And then you started hearing about people getting sick, getting the blotches. All I remember is
the blisters.
Right.
Yeah.
The blotchiness and stuff, and you just get really sick. And eventually it would be pneumonia. So if you got pneumonia, you were like, oh my God, I'm going to die. But it's like, no, there's a process. And then the whole thing of if you have tainted blood, that's how you can get it, because that was the other big thing. Yeah. Kids were getting it, and it was because they were, in
through transfusions with people just
in the hospital through transfusions getting tainted blood.
Yeah.
So that was pretty scary.
I mean, it was a dicey time, but it's still it sucks that instead of seeing that as an opportunity to, even back then they didn't know much about.
No.
AIDS in particular, but they knew about syphilis, they knew about chlamydia, they knew about gonorrhea, which
herpes.
It sucks, herpes. Well, they still don't know much about herpes.
Whatever
that. Chlamydia.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Or simplex virus 1, or HPV, the human papilloma virus.
HPV was not. That wasn't heard of at that time. No.
Really? Mm-hmm. Well, I should have looked that up, because I grew up.
Yeah, when you
getting the shots. Yeah, those shots hurt. Did you get those shots?
No, because it wasn't around in my time.
Those shots fucking hurt. It's the equivalent, the lady said, when I went to go get mine, because I got mine like 2 years ago. And you get it in like rounds, like 3 rounds, I think. It was the equivalent, she said, to putting like lotion in you, because it's that like thick of a thing. Yeah. Ew. She like it was just in my arm, I think. And then I had to drive home. This sucked. And she was like, okay, I'm going to massage it in. Your arm's going to really hurt later. And I was like, okay, that's weird. Thanks. She was like, yeah, you're basically pumping around lotion in you. And I was like, wow, okay. And then
your
I got to
bloodstream.
school and I was like, I can't go to rehearsal like this. I can't do anything. Somebody help me, please.
Yeah. No, I don't know anything about that because I didn't have those.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and the crazy thing is that they would constantly focus on that it was gay men. This was a disease of gay men.
Yeah.
So when the kids were getting it, or other people who were heterosexual,
That's when they really were like, we gotta fix this. We gotta figure it out.
What
because
the hell? Yeah.
Now, not the more than just the faggots are dying. Like.
Yeah. I think it was really the kids. Kids were getting it, so it was like, oh no.
Well, I remember in particular because I used to work at Long Island Crisis Center, Empowerment, Pride for Youth. There was a guy, not a guy. Well, there was a kid in the 80s, and I think it was in Chicago. I don't remember when. I should have looked this up. I didn't know we were going to talk about AIDS this much.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, it's okay. But I remember he got it through a blood transfusion, and his parents really like. I think they tried to sue the hospital or some shit. This is all just conjecture. Please correct me if I'm wrong, people. Or please forgive me.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
And that they were the ones that got the ball rolling to where like now because of them, well not because of them, but because of
more
instances
awareness.
Like that, gay men cannot give blood if they had sex within the last 6 months.
Or anybody who's had tattoos, because that was another big thing.
Well, the tattoo thing, I think they don't care about that no more.
Not anymore.
Not
no.
anymore. Red
But
Cross
back
doesn't give a shit.
in the early 90s, you couldn't give blood if you had tattoos.
Their whole thing now, I think, is if you've had anal penetrative sex, or really just gay sex in the last 6 months, or if you've been out of the country, specifically in Africa. And like, not that Africa is a country, in the continent of Africa. That's their caveat. So, you can't give blood if you've done either of those.
Wow.
Yeah, it sucks. I mean, I used to lie, but I also got tested for HIV/AIDS a lot. Well, still do. You should technically get tested wait, let's bring that up. Did they tell you how often you should get tested for... Did they even say you should get tested for STIs?
No.
No? Not at all?
But, if you're a girl, you're going to the...
OBGYN?
Right, to the gynecologist.
What does that mean? OBGYN, do you know?
Obstetrics something.
It's not obstetrician?
No.
Is that bones? I think that might be bones.
I don't know what that is, but an OBGYN is more for, I think, for people who can get pregnant. And a gynecologist is just someone who, the lady bits, that's what their specialty is. So I've been going to one gynecologist since I was like, 17, 18. Damn. Just to get, because you need to have a pap smear to make sure, everything's good to go, I guess.
Can you explain what a pap smear is? Like, I vaguely know, but I know Josh Fenster's in here. He's not going to know.
So they put the poor girl up in stirrups.
Yeah.
And then they start...
They scrape the uterine?
Yeah, with the Q-tip.
The lining, or is it the wall?
The wall.
The wall?
To
with
see
the
if there's any... Yeah.
Does it hurt?
No, you don't really feel it, but it's uncomfortable because, you're...
There's the forceps too, right?
Yeah. So you're up in stirrups, and then they put this, duckbill thing in you, and it's cold. So they try to warm it up. If it's a lady doctor, she'll try to warm it up. A guy is just going to go in there, okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Yay.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, and then you hear it. It's like a crank, and it's like opening. Oh God. They're like, ah! So if you're a young girl, you're like, holy shit, what did I sign up for? So then they take they look around, I guess, to see if you have any warts or any other,
any masses either.
That are outside.
Cancerous cells, I think, is why they scrape it, right?
Yeah. So they could see it, I believe, in the uterine wall. They can scrape it, and then they'll do it, I think, on a slide and see through a microscope if you have any of those dangerous cells, I guess.
So they didn't tell you to get tested or try and get tested. Have you ever been tested for an STI?
Yes. So every time you go to a gynecologist, if you have a concern, you can ask for a test. If you get married, you have to have an AIDS test or an HIV test. What do you
mean you have to?
You have to.
Like at the OBGYN or the gynecologist, they tell you?
No, they'll, for example, when I married your dad, I had to go get tested. He would get tested frequently because he was in the military.
Yeah.
But I had to go and like schedule a doctor's visit.
That was in New York, right?
That was in Hawaii.
I was in Hawaii.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's so weird. Was that like a local thing or was it like a full...
I think it was a full on, I think.
I don't think that's a thing now, though.
I don't think so either.
I'm also not married, so I don't even feel like I'm... Sorry, Drew. Love you.
No, I haven't been married in a long time, so... Yeah, no. I don't think so. I don't think it's a thing anymore.
That's...
Or maybe it was because he was in the military. I have no idea. But I had to go get one.
Did he tell you or did, like...
No, when we went
Did you get like a letter that says, April,
the court,
time to go get tested? Like,
no, the court, you had to, when you because it's a contract, right? So you have to go to, court and get all the paperwork done. They ask you, that's one of the checkoffs. Do you have your birth certificate? Do you have this? Do you have that? And oh, by the way, do you have your test?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Did they just drew blood for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they just did a full panel then?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. So that was the first time they had told you
that was the first
somebody outside of like yourself.
Yes, or a doctor.
Or a doctor said you should go out. You should go get tested.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's shit, bitch. That's wild. That's insane. Because I'm thinking back now, like they didn't. When I took it, they did not tell us to go get tested. They were just like, don't have sex, abstain, that's it.
Yeah.
I think I got condoms.
At school?
I think that was in high school from like a nurse, just randomly, now that I think about it. Because the only time I took any sort of course was in 5th grade when they had that day.
Yeah, you could go to the nurse's office and go get
condoms. Yeah. I knew that.
Who wanted to do that? Go in there and then maybe get the 3rd degree from some nurse, some crypt keeper going, you shouldn't be doing that. Yeah, no.
I don't know. I feel like my nurse would have had a heart attack. She was a nice like 23-year-old. I think she would have lost her mind if any of us were like, can I have a condom? Like, please. I don't want to do it raw. Oh my God. So that was your, I guess, preliminary schooling in for sex ed. I know you took a course in college.
I did.
What?
But really, I learned from the girls in the bathroom. Yeah. For whatever reason.
Describe these girls in the bathroom. What girls in the bathroom? Because I think it's so funny when you mention these bitches in the bathroom. Who were they?
Lord. I'm not going to name any names, but there were 2 older girls.
I have your yearbook. I'll drop the names later.
2 older girls, and they hung out in the bathroom. They would smoke cigarettes and stuff, but they were crazy, and they were so funny. And one, she really pretty, very voluptuous girl, and I remember she always had red lipstick because she had huge lips, and exactly. And she would just tell us about her escapades, and it was like, okay, and that's how I learned. And her friend had a steady boyfriend, so she would tell us. But we were like freshmen, and they were seniors.
So it was you and like a couple other girls.
Yeah. We would hang out in the bathroom before class.
Oh, before class?
Before class.
Okay, good. It was like, in my mind, you were skipping. Like.
No, it was before school.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
We would go kind of a good kid. Still smoking on campus, but...
Yeah, but, who didn't?
See, and then this is the bitch that got mad at me when she found out I had a cigarette when I was in high school.
Oh, my God.
This is... See, you reap what you sow, woman.
Whatever.
So, what did they tell you about? Like, what... Do you remember...
I remember because it was me and 2 other girls. Mm-hmm. I used to hang out with them. And then there was other people who would come in and out that we knew that would want to hear the stories of these crazy bitches. And we just all wanted to know, does it hurt? That was like the biggest question,
well, I mean,
It's terrifying.
There's that I guess notion of breaking the hymen or whatever.
Yeah. Does it hurt? Do you bleed?
Some people bleed, don't they?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And other people, they don't even, it doesn't faze them.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that was the most important thing. We all wanted to know.
Did it hurt?
Bitch, we want to know. Did it hurt?
Well, what else would you ask? Like,
well, I just asked, how
Like, what are the mechanics?
Yeah.
Like, do I have to lay there? Do I have to...
Exactly. Yeah. And she was wild, so she was like, oh, no, I don't do it missionary style. We do this. I put the leg over here.
Number 23, the spread eagle on a chair, the wall.
Yeah, crazy stuff like that. And we would just be like, oh, my God. No. It was better than Dr. Ruth. We're like, can Dr. we bring in popcorn and, you know...
If y'all don't know who Dr. Ruth is, she's this tiny, she's an Eastern European, like a German woman.
I don't know, but...
It was the 90s, or was it the 80s and the 90s?
80s and the 90s.
80s and the 90s. She had a talk show, and she would just be very frank and, like, talk about sex. It was the whole thing. There's a documentary on Hulu that y'all should watch. She's
and she didn't
incredible.
She didn't make it weird. No. And
it was just informative because she wanted to learn and share that learning with other people like this.
And I think that's why we like talking to these girls, because they didn't have any, hang-ups. They would tell you. Oh, the other one, because I remember my friend had a steady boyfriend, and she was like, oh my God, he wants me to go down on him, and what do I do? What if I throw up?
Do I bite it? Like...
And I remember she was like, no, you just pretend it's like a lollipop. And you just, like a lollipop or a popsicle. And it was like, what?
Like,
what in the world, It wasn't as common to do. That was something that only crazy girls did. But
really?
Yeah. It wasn't that common. But we all wanted to know, what do you do? How do you do it?
If that was something like the crazy girls did, what about the vice versa? About the guys doing it to you? Was that ever even talked about? I know it was a different time. Like, my generation is much more like...
very blasé about
blasé about...
Yeah.
I get people are just calling it head, so head, I guess.
Well, so I had both female friends and guy friends. So I would ask, or we would talk about it, because I was that girl. The guys would tell me their escapades, and I would just be horrified, like, oh my God, you're doing what?
Like, he did that to that poor girl. Don't do that.
I know that girl. She dirty.
Oh, no. You don't yuck anybody's yum here.
No, I'm kidding. But it was more of, what, from your perspective.
Yeah.
What the hell? And that's how I knew that guys called it head. And, there was some that would call going down on a girl eating out.
Yeah, that's still
that's still the term.
The nomenclature, whatever you say.
So and that's how I knew. I knew from both sides. So I felt prepared when it was my first time. But hell no,
I took all these notes. I'm ready.
Nobody prepares you for something like that. It's it's traumatic. I think. It's
we're all discovering things here today.
What is happening?
You think it was dramatic? I don't know. My first time, I think it was a little like... I was, again, a different generation. I had access to the internet. Yeah. And I looked things up because I was like, I need to know. So, because, I'm gay. Surprise. Sorry, Mom.
What?
I'm gay. Like,
Wait, what?
She keeps leaning into the mic.
Probably sounds really loud.
No,
sorry.
It's fine. They can eat a dick. I looked it up because I was like, I know the mechanics of straight sex through movies, through media, my friends, through pornography, whatever. That's how I knew those mechanics, but I didn't know anything about my own. Yeah. So I looked it up and I found like blogs about like, how to prepare for your first time, how to clean out, use like an enema or a douche or a hot water bottle. Like I looked it up and then you didn't have that capability. So it's nice to hear that you had girls, the crazy girls. We gotta find those. I want to meet one of them.
I wonder what they're doing now.
Chain smoking somewhere outside in Arby's. Yeah.
But they were great because we got to learn. We got to learn without asking our parents. Because I'm sure if I would have asked our mom, your grandma, she would have been like, "Hi, Dios mío, whatever. You're gonna get pregnant." That was her biggest thing.
Yeah, I can't. Well, I mean, listen,
I guess because she got pregnant with me when she was 16 or whatever. I guess that was her fear.
I mean, teenage pregnancy, I feel like it's still a big thing now, but it's almost like it was even bigger back then. I feel because there's
only the bad girls
exactly, but in the movies, I mean, in like Heathers or in I can't not Clueless, but like Fast Times at Ridgemont High or whatever, there's always like the one pregnant girl. Like it was such a you don't want to be her.
Even Grease.
Grease too, yeah.
Rizzo,
oh my god,
yeah. I love that movie.
Yeah.
She had the scare.
Yeah.
You know, and we all had friends who had a scare. Oh my god, I didn't get my period. It's like, oh girl.
In your sex ed classes, did they talk about what to do when that happened, or was it just like?
No, they didn't talk about it. They
didn't talk about your options.
No. Yeah.
How did you discover your options?
So I knew the sister of the girl who got pregnant, the one that I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
I knew her. So it was, I'm nosy. So I asked questions.
I wonder where I get it, yeah.
I just asked questions. You know, what happened? Did anybody talk to her? And yeah, I think a counselor talked to her and told her what her options were. You know, you can either have it or you can, give it up for adoption.
Mm-hmm.
But I also knew that part because my mom told me. My grandma told me, shit, everybody in our family.
Yeah.
You know, you could have been this, and this.
Yeah.
You know, and I always knew what that option was. But I never knew the beforehand. What happens? I only knew the after.
The result, it's
if
here.
You get in trouble. Yeah. What do you do? Yeah, so I just asked questions.
No, it's good that you ask questions because, like.
But I also, one, I didn't want to end up like my mom, and two, I knew.
Neither.
Nah, whatever. You want to be like me. Yeah, I just didn't want that responsibility because I was irresponsible and selfish.
Not much has changed.
Whatever. Whatever, bitch.
Yeah, but that's, wow.
So I knew I wanted kids.
But you wanted them on your terms.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I wanted you.
Yeah.
I really did.
I'm glad we're recording this because I have been waiting.
Oh my god.
Years and years to hear that.
You've heard that before. He's heard it before.
I have not.
Don't let him bullshit you.
She's only doing it because you people are here.
No.
You people listening and you people watching this recording.
No, I really did. I wanted kids. I wanted babies. I wanted a whole baseball team. But then I had you, and I was like,
enough.
fuck, no. I don't want any more. And then I got remarried. I was like, okay,
maybe one more.
Okay, I'll have one, maybe two.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So it was. I wanted kids. None of my kids were accidents. You know, where it's like, oh my god.
So you knew down the line that you wanted kids. So do you think that having a child to you, if you were to have one in high school, do you think not that it would be a death sentence? Do you think it would have been?
I would have given it up for adoption.
You would have.
Yeah, because there's no way I could give that tiny human, the future that it deserved.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I couldn't. How could I?
Yeah.
As a teenager.
Yeah.
And then our family.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We grew up Roman Catholic, like Chicanos, little Mexicans. It was that.
Yeah. No.
You were already the rowdy girl, and that would not have been.
Yeah.
That would have not boded well for anybody.
No, especially for that tiny baby.
But it sucks that you grew up in particular in a time where the way we just talked about it, it was so stigmatized. Like I wish you would have had more safety to make that as an option. I'm glad you didn't ever have to.
Yeah, no.
But I wish that you had the opportunities that now, like girls that grew up with me have more options now. And like Rachel, my little sister, she's had thank God. She's a good girl. She ain't got to worry about it. Nobody's messing around with her.
No, she took I know we're not supposed to talk about because she's not here to tell you this is what happened. But I'll never forget. She saw some movie. Mm-hmm. What class was it? Which it was the birth of life or something. The wonderfulness of life. I don't know. But she was like, Mom, I never want to have babies. Did you know where babies come from? Did you know where babies come from?
You knew this all along. You didn't tell her?
Yeah. I know where they come from, and it sucks.
Yeah. Okay.
No, well, that process, because that nobody prepares you for.
Yeah.
I tell anybody, anybody who wants to know, I will tell you. Because I would ask my mom.
Mm-hmm.
I would ask her, what's going to happen? Oh, it's going to be beautiful, blah, blah, blah.
Are you kidding me? The first thing you said when I asked was you were like, you shit yourself and you pee at the same time.
It was horrifying. But you don't give a shit because you're scared, you're in pain.
Yeah.
And they put this big-ass needle
Lots of yelling.
They put this big-ass needle in your back and you're like, okay, drugs.
That was
push.
the epidural?
Yeah. And then they try not to show you the needle, but again,
Yeah.
nosy. I'm like, oh my
What
god,
the fuck is that?
What that fucking shit? Just don't paralyze me, please. And yeah, but I remember them telling me, don't eat because you're gonna shit yourself when it's
And that's how the doctor said it.
When it's showtime.
You're gonna shit yourself.
Well, not your doctor. Dr. Gunter, Rachel and Jonah's doctor. Oh, yeah, he said, girl, you're going to shit yourself. You better not eat anything.
Oh, my God.
I don't want you to shit on me. I'm like, great. Thanks, Dr. Gunter.
At Las Palmas. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Gunter at Las Palmas.
He was a great...
In El Paso.
He was a great doctor, though, because he was no frills. He was going to tell you how it is.
Mm-hmm.
And you need to do this, this, and this because you need to be healthy. He was doing it, for the sake of the mom, to make sure that she was healthy.
That's good. I wish more doctors were like
Great doctor. Great doctor. That was great-grandma's doctor. Your great-grandma's doctor. Your grandma's doctor and my doctor.
Cello?
Mm-hmm.
Or Willita?
No, cello.
Cello.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so he came highly recommended. Yeah, he was a great doctor.
Dang.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so back...
Sorry.
No, you're fine. We went on this whole tangent. Circling back
Babies.
to what I was bringing up earlier, you took this human sexuality course in college.
In college.
I know because I found I was cleaning out her apartment yesterday and I found her notebook with all her notes and bitch. You hold this mic. Hold up, Vamp. Let me go grab it. I forgot to grab it.
I love that class. It was so informative. So. Oh God, he's gonna make fun of me because I take notes the way I know I'll remember. So I would just put down phrases,
nonsense.
words.
Not even whole sentences.
Oh
This
my
one just says
God.
paraplegics can organism.
Orgasm.
No, you spelt it wrong.
That's
like,
orgasm.
That is
and
not
what
That's not what it's on this page. It's fully empty, but it says 60% of gonorrhea cases can also have syphilis. That's all it says. That's all it says.
Nobody cares. That was my
y'all
notes.
hear this piece of paper? That's all it says. But I think it's so funny. Like,
did you want me to write or make diagrams? Look,
No.
this is how you get gonorrhea.
I think it's interesting that like these are the things that like either didn't automatically stick with you because you didn't that you weren't exposed to this, or like I concepts that you were like, wow, what like
shit, they had pictures. So I was like, oh my God, I don't want to deal with this right now. So look, page 65.
Well, that's how
syphilis. It was crazy.
That's how what's his name? That gangster in the 40s, he died of syphilis in jail, remember?
Capone?
Yeah, that's how Al Capone died. Yeah, he had syphilis. Because syphilis is the one that fucks people up because it can go to your brain.
It goes to your brain eventually.
Yeah, eventually if it's untreated for so long. So go get tested. People say you should get tested every 6 months. Fuck that. I used to work at a crisis center where they said they specifically dealt with HIV/AIDS in gay men. They said every 3 months is when you should go get tested. So I always say get tested every 3 months.
And I think you should. And that's one thing that I like about this generation is that you guys are so open to just, it is what it is. But you need to take care of yourself. Don't like try to suck it up or not tell nobody or whatever. You need
like, I'm
to
sure
get
it'll
help.
go away. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just ignore it and it'll go away. No, bitch, it won't. So you need to ask for help or just, go to a doctor.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of doctors now aren't stigmatizing those individuals that, need help.
Be surprised.
We all fuck up. We all make mistakes and we sleep with the wrong person or whatever.
Well, it's not that it's the wrong person. It's that
or
people, they get something and sometimes they don't know because a lot of these things are often asymptomatic, especially in men.
True.
Like, because it's we don't have as many mucousy membranes as people who have vaginas. So it can lie dormant and we can't sense it. Or like, you're gonna learn right now. I had a little like burning while I was peeing and I freaked the fuck out. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I went to the doctor. It was a UTI.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
Thank God.
Thank God.
Drink
It hurts.
cranberry.
Yeah, cranberry. Yeah, he gave me like a little, some little antibiotics, and I was good. I was good to go.
Mm-hmm.
But like the shit fucking hurt. It was a UTI, and in men they're a little worse because the urethra is much longer. So for the bacteria to get up there, it's like a stronger strain, I guess. So that fucking sucks. Then cut to like 2-3 months later, I was like, oh my God, I got another UTI again. Went to the doctor, chlamydia. Like,
and you're like,
yeah,
shit.
but like it's things like that. Like the second time around, I was so blasé about it because I was like, oh, I know what this is.
Yeah.
Me, the medical professional, a sophomore in college.
In high school?
It was in high school.
Oh, shit.
You're really learning. It was a sophomore. I was a sophomore in college, and I was like, oh, shit, no. It's just a UTI again. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
And then, boom. Gag. It was chlamydia.
But yeah, you like how you said, it's not the right person. It's just things happen.
Yeah.
You know, stuff happens.
Statistically, it's going to happen depending on how many sexual partners you have.
Yeah.
And sometimes there are outliers. Even if you have one person, all it takes is one sometimes, which is why you should get tested before you start dating every like new partner and you start getting sexually active. But again, depending on how many partners you just have in general, every 3 months.
Or that partner.
Yeah.
However many partners that partner has.
Yeah, exactly. I want to go back to reading this.
Oh my God. I was trying to.
Yeah, you're trying to distract me, bitch. These are so funny. Hold on.
But look, wait. Hello.
Okay. Yeah.
Those are notes.
Okay, these
it's
are
the
more
whole page.
Yeah, but this is more.
See, I even put the page numbers.
Yeah,
Pap smear. Look, is
a
test for cancer of the cervix in women, named for Dr. Papa
Nikolaevich.
I don't know who developed the test.
You don't know? You took this class. What do you mean you don't know? You paid all that money. You still don't know?
I didn't know. I don't know. Fool.
Papa Nick. I can't read her handwriting.
I don't know.
Yeah, I will say these notes are much more. She does have like sections. Look at all that. And the section header is a different color than the regular notes in the section. But PMS, what is that?
Premenstrual syndrome.
What is it?
A group of physical and or emotional changes that many women experience in the last 3 to 14 days before the start of a menstrual period. Oh my God, mine used to last 14 days.
Yeah, this bitch was crazy.
Ooh.
And it sucks because I wish they had let the boys in on this. They didn't talk about PMS when you were younger, probably, but I think they should at least address it now. Hopefully they do, knock on wood.
Or the cramps. Like, I never had cramps until I had kids. So, like, after
your whole body changes after you have kids. Like,
after I started having cramps, and I'm like, what the fuck
I think I was just stressing you the fuck out. I think that's what that was. I don't think
your sister, I shouldn't say her name.
Okay.
Your sister has cramps, and now if I would have had her first, I would have been like, you're fine, whatever.
Yeah. Get over it.
But no, that shit is no joke. And some girls have them so severe that they miss school.
Debilitating.
Yeah.
I mean...
because everybody's different. So mine, I try to suck it up. I try to be the strong woman and whatever. And now I don't.
You're also like
I just don't
You're a
anymore.
monster. When I would get her, you'd be like, whatever, get over it. Stop crying.
Because
do you want a reason to cry?
I pushed you out into the world. So I was like, fuck
so she
that,
was like,
bro.
Get the fuck over it. It's a paper cut. But back to what I was saying.
Squeeze a watermelon through your urethra and then tell me you're in pain.
Ugh. But back to what I was saying. I wish that they would let the boys sit in on the girls' lessons because we would learn about PMS or even just the menstrual cycle, and it wouldn't be so stigmatized.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got to do shit like this, which at the end of the day, if we're gonna be a good human being, there's so much knowledge in the world that you should try to learn a little bit of what you can about everything. Like, we should be doing this, but a lot of people don't because they're complacent and they're pieces of shit. Yeah, they don't want to know.
Vagina. Oh my God.
All right, so I think I feel like that was a good conversation. Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Mom.
Was it informative?
Yeah, I think it was informative.
I hope so.
I don't think you outshined me, so that's good.
Oh yeah, I did.
You shut your damn mouth.
Drew, tell him.
He's not even watching.
Oh,
fuck
damn.
him. Adam's watching now.
Okay, Adam.
All right,
we're gonna do questions?
No, we're not gonna do questions. We're gonna do my favorite section, which is the only other section in this podcast, is the Would You Fuck Me section, which is going to be a fun game to play with my mom. I've asked some of our fun listeners to send me pictures of their dating profiles, and we're gonna go through them, and we're gonna say what we think. Say if you were
Tinder kind
of
stuff?
like Tinder stuff, or like Drew sent me his Grindr, and that's like the hookup app or whatever.
Oh Lord.
Be like, if you were a man or if you were 20, whatever, like, would you? Let's see. And for those of you who don't know, Drew is my boyfriend. She's met him once, and she's gonna now see him in a new light. So this is the first picture. Okay. What do you think? Right? He's on the beach. For those of you listening, he's on the beach.
So back in the day, though, Harry, I just didn't do Harry.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's very like.
He's very manly.
Nordic. I'll say that. Anglo-Saxon and shit. He's got hair. Because we're seals. Look at this.
All of this above his lip.
All from you.
It took him forever.
Oh no, bitch! It's all from you. Are you kidding me? You're hairier than I am. Look at your arms.
Whatever.
So the first picture, he's on a beach on a towel. Okay. I took this picture. I'm pretty sure this is very cute. This is the next picture. Is a thotty picture. We're in Puerto Rico. It's just his ass, and he's holding a hat in the water for no damn reason. He's also very wetto, very pale.
Very pale.
Why I don't know why this one's so blurry, but this is both of us at Firefly.
Mm-hmm. I have that picture, I think.
Why do you have that picture?
I think it was on one of your.
Did you just save it?
I think. Because I didn't know what Drew looked like at the time.
Well, that's a lie, because this was after you met him.
Is it?
Yeah, anyway. It was. It was after my appendicitis scare. And the second to last picture is him.
That's a nice
which
picture.
I know, he's so... I love white men. I love their money. This second to last picture of him is, I think he's in like Cosmos or something, cherry blossoms, with the sun. And the last one's a gym picture. Look at the guns.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been getting fit, so now he's like trying to catch up. Look at that. Look at him, hot in the gym, flexing with a mask on.
Of course.
All right, Mom.
Okay.
So this is his profile information.
Okay.
You're gonna read it to me.
Oh, I am?
Start with the age, do all that, and then read it through.
Okay, so he's 23, right?
Yeah, you can say it louder so they can hear you. Why you
was...
Bitch, you haven't been shy this whole time.
Shut up. It says, hey, I'm Drew, and I'm in, how do you say
Rehoboth.
Rehoboth. For now, and Nova every once in a while.
That's in Northern Virginia. I don't know. The white people love their abbreviations.
I don't know. Okay, I read Nova. I bought a DS while drunk and haven't stopped playing it since. That's the kind of guy I am. Let's talk. Smiley face emoji.
That's so dumb. He's so like...
No.
You just know?
No. Sorry. You're cute. You're cute, but no.
But she also isn't like... You don't like white men like that.
No. They gotta be brown like my Rob.
Como que brown?
He's brown.
He's not that brown.
He's browner than me.
Bitch, I'm darker than him.
No, you're not.
Yes.
Oh God.
Yes.
Anyways,
oh my God.
Go
well,
on
you didn't finish the rest of the height.
Oh shit! The height is 5'10". He's 160 pounds. I really wouldn't look at all of that. Ethnicity, white, body type,
you wouldn't look at all this?
Average.
That's a lie. He's very slim. He's very like athletic and slim.
Yeah.
He's got a swimmer's body, so he's underselling himself.
What is this position versus?
Oh, you're gonna learn. Okay, so what that is we were watching Lovecraft Country the other day.
So
hold up. It sounds like I'm about to answer your question.
Okay.
So we were watching Lovecraft Country. You know, the second most recent episode with the dad when he goes to the gay bar. And there was the one that was like standing up, and there was the other one bending over. He was receiving the penetration. The other one was penetrating. So the gays are all about lingo. So the top is the penetrative.
Okay.
And the bottom is the... hold on. I think I just mixed up my words.
He doesn't know.
Shut up. I just... Surprise, I'm a virgin. I'm a virgin, Mom. You should be so happy. But the top is the one doing the penetrating.
Okay.
The bottom is the one receiving the penetration. And people who are versatile, they prefer to do either.
So there are people who say, I only want to be the doer, not the doey.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's different strokes, quite literally, for different folks.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what that means.
That's what that means.
So what was your question? What did I answer it?
Well, No.
What
So
was your
why
question?
in Hollywood, and I know you can't answer it because you don't represent all of Hollywood, is that whenever
Yeah.
it's gay sex or whatever, or a gay encounter, it's always so violent and just so crazy.
Well, because look at the people that are producing the media.
That's
Straight people, straight white men.
Cause see, he got mad at me because he said,
Oh, except for Lovecraft.
You can look at that was just nuts.
Yeah.
You can look at the heterosexual one and not freak out, but the two gay guys or whatever. No, it's because it looked painful and crazy and people crying and I mean it was nuts.
Yes.
Now if it's more like okay, so we watch a show. What is it? About firefighters. Shit, I forgot the name.
Oh,
of
Chicago Fire.
No. It's a new one on ABC, and there's a couple, and it's a lot different.
I will. Well, look at what you're just asking about. You're
ABC.
asking ABC versus HBO. So right off the bat, you got two different production qualities.
Holy
Second
crap!
off. Look at.
Sorry.
Sorry. I mean, maybe Lovecraft Country wasn't the best one to reference in this, but look at the character. He was a closeted gay man having secret sex with his secret boyfriend.
Okay.
Who was married.
Yeah.
But I don't know about you, but like when guys are hiding something, they get a little aggro.
Oh.
Yeah, especially if it's your sexuality and you're pent up, acting straight all day or performing straightness. You let it out through aggression.
Oh.
It's a means. I mean, sex is different things to different people. So like, I guess in that instance, it was so violent because it was supposed to be like catharsis for him.
Oh.
I don't know. Not every scene is like that. I promise you. But then again,
But that's why I said something. 'Cause it was like, what in the hell?
that show is just extreme too, though.
Holy
it's a great show.
shit.
Watch Lovecraft Country.
Yes, but it's over the top.
Yeah, I mean look at the violence. The violence is over the top. Why would the sex not also be over the top?
I don't know.
Because it's all in the same.
True.
It's that fantasy. It's taking you there.
Yeah.
You may not want the fantasy, but it's there.
It's in your face.
It's there. Okay. So no,
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah, so it's fine. So no, you wouldn't date Drew. You would fuck Drew.
No. Sorry.
Drew B, it's okay. She doesn't like white people.
Yeah, but he likes
do.
you. That's
I
the
do.
important
It's
one.
fine. I'm the one that's currently dating you, so it doesn't matter. For now, so behave.
Okay.
Did you say gross? Fucking bitch.
This is the next one.
The next one is my friend Gabe.
Okay.
Now Gabe is 19.
Okay.
They look like this. Look at that picture. This is their Tinder.
Okay.
They are bi. Love you, Gabe. I'll read it. It says, Hofstra University, less than a mile away. I'm a Leo's son, psychology and drama major. I exist in a state of confusion, living for spontaneous tats, piercings, no hookups. I want to be someone's GF. Don't be dry. Okay. She's,
See, she looks like fun. They, I'm
yes.
sorry.
No, it's fine. They recently just came out, so I'm also adjusting. But we gotta try to make that for it.
Now, go back to the other picture. That's a good picture.
That's a good one. Their skin, though, look at that. God. Lovely.
Glowing
lovely.
for the gods.
Yeah. Yes, truly. Look at that. The first picture for those listening was just Gabe serving face, great liner.
Yes.
The second one is them in a Hawaiian shirt with lovely green braids in.
Right. And just having fun.
Just having fun. The third is them in, I think they live in Oakland. So I think this is them back home in California in the sun, shining, listening to Story of My Life by One Direction. Lovely. Lovely gal. This is them, I guess, back home too, in a pink shirt outside their house. And it says their top artists are, Party Next Door, Cardi B. You know what song that is, Ma?
WAP.
Billie Eilish and somebody else. And then the final picture is them
in like a blue room? Or
in a blue room, probably a dorm bathroom. I don't know, but they look lovely. I feel like, there's so many more pictures. We won't go through them all, but they are so beautiful that I feel like they would intimidate me. So I don't think I would personally, just because I'd be like, oh, that's a baddie. Like that's.
Nah, see, that's me.
That's. Yeah. Well, yeah, you the bad bitch.
Gabe, yes.
Gabe, I'll see. So Gabe, holla at my mom.
No.
No, she's a little old, that good.
Oh my God. No,
Well,
you're too young.
Well, thanks, Mom.
Mm-hmm. You're welcome. Anytime.
Yeah. Oh, I love you.
I love you too.
Oh. All right, let's go
It was
get
fun.
drunk.
Yes.
Thanks. Drew, don't be mad at me.
I love you.
It was all her. It was all her. All right, so I think that wraps it up. So let me just stop this here. Thank you so much. Tune in probably another 2 weeks from now. We'll have this up, the next episode up. I don't know what it's going to be about, so don't expect me to do anything. Love you too, Drew. He says he loves you.
Oh,
yeah.
I love you.
Yeah, I don't know. Don't expect much from me, so because I'm trying this all on my own, and it's going when it goes. So y'all gonna have to deal with that. Very special thank you to my mom, my lovely mommy, for coming on this episode.
No problem.
A very special thank you to Layla Bloom for doing our cover art, my cover art, ma'am. Yeah, so thank you so much, guys. Hopefully we see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, bye. Wait, I gotta end it.
You gotta end it.
Give him your best pretty face. Oh my god, I wanna get drunk. Oh wait, end now.